Adrian Stirling, an Australian author, introduced readers to his debut novel, Broken Glass, in 2008. This young adult thriller masterfully immerses readers in a moody and atmospheric portrayal of a struggling farming community. This isolated setting exerts a suffocating influence on a tormented young man, compelling him to engage in a series of increasingly reckless and self-destructive acts. Critics have lauded Stirling for his skill in evoking rural Australian life, portraying the closed-mindedness of a deteriorating small-town rife with decades of hidden secrets and animosity, and vividly depicting the stark and barren physical landscape that serves as the backdrop to the novel. In 2009, Broken Glass earned a spot on the shortlist for Australia's prestigious Gold Inky Award, a recognition reserved for outstanding young adult literature. The story unfolds in the fictional town of Broken Glass, an Australian borderland town characterized by a lone silo as its notable landmark. This place is suffocated not only by the dusty, gritty air that permeates the surroundings, but also by the insularity of its culture. It is a bleak and unpromising environment, especially for its young residents who face limited opportunities, little hope for the future, and the oppressive presence of those around them. Jobs are scarce, primarily limited to two major employers, the local abattoir and small family-owned businesses struggling to make ends meet, while neighboring farms experience frequent failures. 21-year-old Danny Clarke is one of these young individuals, trapped in a situation even more confining than most. At the age of 16, his life took a catastrophic turn that continues to haunt his present-day existence. The flashbacks from his perspective scattered throughout the novel gradually unveil this event. This summary, however, will provide the plot in chronological order. 5 years prior to the novel's outset, Danny befriended Nile, a dangerous, wild, and unpredictable young man. For Danny, who felt stifled by his life, Nile represented a breath of fresh air, even though his penchant for risky and unstable behavior was evident. Ignoring the violence that always accompanied Nile, Danny went along with his friend's reckless endeavors, as Nile encouraged him to rebel against what they both saw as the town's suffocating conformity. Unfortunately, this choice proved disastrous when Nile crossed a severe line. Nile violently assaulted a young woman while Danny stood by, paralyzed by fear and drunkenness, unable to intervene. Tragically, the young woman later took her own life, leading Danny to a profound realization about how his allegiance to Nile had corrupted him. Danny eventually turned Nile in and testified against him, resulting in Nile's imprisonment. However, by admitting his presence during the assault, Danny inadvertently ruined his own life as well. The town rejected him, and for the past 5 years, he has been secluded in his family's home, receiving minimal tolerance from the community. The extent to which Danny's isolation has warped his perspective remains uncertain. As the novel commences, Nile, who had a relatively short prison term due to being a juvenile offender, returns to Broken Glass. His presence immediately shatters the fragile peace that had settled between the townspeople and the Clarke family, as the memory of Nile's heinous actions resurfaces. The townspeople, including Danny, desire Nile's disappearance once more, as the unresolved tension and anger persist. Danny finds himself torn between conflicting loyalties, still under Nile's influence, but also contemplating whether taking action this time might redeem him in the eyes of the community. As the pressure escalates, the narrative follows Danny's descent into madness, culminating in a universally described horrific climax and conclusion. In a desperate bid to rid the town of Nile's unwelcome influence and seek redemption, Danny takes drastic action, ultimately leading to the demise of both his friend and himself. Their bodies are swept away by a violent dust storm, followed by unexpected rain that triggers a flood. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.